Hello beautiful yogis, this is your 60-minute practice where we are going to focus on the hips and the pelvis and releasing through this area because it's often where we hold a lot of negative energy and tension, especially when we're feeling a little bit stressed or overwhelmed. So we're going to begin today on our backs. So come over and lie on your back. Your legs are out long, your hands are next to your hips with your palms facing up towards the sky. And we're just going to do a quick scan down the body from the head to the feet. So just gently press the back of your head into the mat. And gently draw your chin to your chest and just feel and appreciate that little bit of extra length in the back of the neck. Externally rotate the arms and let your shoulder blades just draw down your back slightly and feel how that gives you a sense of expansion across your chest. Moving down, you might want to shift your pelvis from left to right, just rocking it gently and finding that happy balance between the left and the right side of the torso. And if you have an excessive curve in the lumbar spine, you might want to gently draw your pubic bone towards your navel. And just feel how that creates a little bit of extra length in your lower back. Externally rotate at the hips so that your feet fall away from the midline of your body. Let them fall outwards. And from here you should be at a place of complete ease. If you have any niggling in your back, you might want to place a cushion or a bolster underneath your knees. And then to begin, we're just going to do a few rounds of soft belly breathing. So you're welcome to stay with your legs extended, or you might like to bend at the knees and place the soles of your feet on your mat, hip width distance apart. And this might feel comfortable, or you might like to let the knees drop together. And then I invite you to place the palms of your hands on your lower belly. And these will just act as a sensory feedback for our soft belly breathing. So on your next inhale, let the belly rise and expand. And exhale, just let the belly come back to a soft, natural position. Inhale, let the belly be full, rise and expand. Exhale, just let the belly relax. Inhale, let the belly be full. Exhale, and let it come back to a natural position, and just take a few rounds in your own time with your own breath. And the only intention here is, that your belly is soft. Your belly becomes relaxed. Take one more full round. And then wherever you are, bring your knees in towards your chest. And we'll take a few rounds of Upanasana. So the palms of your hands just rest gently on your knees. Inhale here. Exhale, draw the knees in towards your chest. away from your chest. Exhale, draw them in. Inhale, your knees travel further towards your hips. Exhale, draw your knees in towards your belly. Inhale, gently push them away. Exhale, draw your knees in. Take a few more rounds with your own breath in your own time. We're just inviting that connection between breath and movement. Connecting our breath to a very simple movement. And when you're ready, just hug your knees in and rock and roll gently over onto your seat bones and then over onto all fours. And from here, we're just going to take a few rounds of cat and cow just to awaken the spine. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over your wrists, your hips are stacked over your knees, and on your inhale, drop your belly, take your gaze forward. Exhale, push into the ground and round and curl your spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, rounding and curling, making sure your fingers are spreading. Take a few more rounds. If a liberated cat-cow is in your practice, you're welcome to explore that now. And then take a few more rounds. And we'll meet in a neutral spine. From here, just walk your hands forward slightly. Spread through the fingers, tuck your toes, draw in your lower belly, and we're pushing up and back into our first downwards facing dog. Just take your dog for a little walk, pedaling out your feet, left and right. Making sure you feel a sense of length in your spine. That is the aim of our downwards facing dog, to create length. Then on your next inhale, rise up high on your tippy toes. Exhale, let your heels melt towards the mat. Inhale, rise high on your tippy toes. Exhale, heels melt towards the mat. One more time, rising high up on your tippy toes. And exhale, your heels melt down. From here, inhale, drop the knees wide. And exhale, push back into child's pose. Take a few breaths in child's pose. And then we're going to come into a beautiful downwards facing dog flow. So inhale, come up onto all fours, and exhale, push back into downwards facing dog. Inhale, drop the knees coming onto all fours. Exhale, pushing back into child's pose. So again, we're just connecting that breath with some simple movement, starting to awaken in the hips with our child's pose. So inhale, coming up onto all fours. Exhale, pushing back into downwards facing dog. Inhale, dropping the knees. Exhale, pushing back into child's pose. Inhale, coming up onto all fours. Exhale, pushing back into downwards facing dog. Inhale, dropping the knees. Exhale, pushing back into child's pose. Let's just do that one more time. Inhale, coming up onto all fours. Exhale, tucking the toes, pushing back into downwards facing dog. Inhale, dropping the knees. Exhale, pushing back into child's pose. Beautiful. Just take a few breaths here. Just allowing the seat bones to melt back down towards the heels. Feel your forehead connecting with the mat. You might like to rock your head from side to side, massaging out your forehead along your brows. And beautiful. And then from here, pushing up onto all fours, pushing back into downwards facing dog. And then slowly, slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Feet hip width distance apart at the top of your mat. And we're just going to take ragdoll. So your fingertips can be on the mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Your hands can clasp opposite elbows. Just let your head be heavy here. And just allow your torso to be heavy and lay on your thighs. You might want to gently rock from side to side. If you're feeling a bit loosey-goosey today, you might like to start straightening out your legs. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Then from here, if your fingers aren't already, let them touch the mat. Draw in your lower belly. Plant your feet into the earth and gently rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Head's the last thing to come up. Let your shoulders roll up, back and down. Palms are facing forward. And welcome to your first standing pose, our Tadasana. Lifting up all 10 toes off the mat. Then let them fall gently back down towards the earth. And feel how that activates through the feet. Just close down your eyes for a moment. You might want to rock your weight from side to side, forward and back, just feeling out all corners of the feet. Then when you're ready, blink your eyes open. Inhale, reaching your arms up tall. Exhale, hands come through heart center and back into Tadasana. Inhale, reaching your arms tall. This time, exhale, folding forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to your fingertips or to your shins. Exhale, folding forward, plant your hands and step your right foot towards the back of the mat. Drop your knee and we're coming up into Anjalyasana. Take a few breaths here. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Can you dial your pinky fingers towards one another? Draw in your lower ribs. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, plant your hands, frame your front foot and step that right foot to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back. Reaching your arms up towards the sky, you've dropped that back knee. here. Your gaze is focused forward. Inhale, reach taller. Exhale, plant your hands, frame your front foot and step that left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, reaching up, standing up. Exhale, hands through heart center to Tadasana. Place your left hand on your heart space. Your right hand on top of your left. Close down your eyes for a moment and just feel into your heart space. Feel the vibration, the rhythm of your heartbeat just for a moment. And bring your hands back down beside your body. Blink open your eyes, bend your knees this time. A really expansive reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward over your legs. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Drop the back knee. We're coming up once more. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, we're coming into a twist. Your right elbow comes to the outside of your left knee. We're still exploring into our hips, but we're taking a really beautiful detoxifying twist. Invitation to stay here or tuck your back toes, coming up into the full posture. From here, wherever you are, inhaling your arms up. Oopsie, a bit wobbly. Coming into crescent lunge. Inhale, reach up taller. Exhale, plant your hands, bring your front foot, step your right foot to meet your left. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale, folding over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back this time, drop the back knee. Inhale, reaching your arms up. And from here, inhale, reach tall. Exhale, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra at heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we're twisting to the other side. Your left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee. Inhale, you lengthen the spine. Exhale, you twist deeper. Stay here or tuck the back toes, lifting the knee, coming into the full posture. A few more breaths here. Can you ground down through the heel of the front foot? From here, coming into crescent lunge. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching up, standing up. Exhale, Tadasana. Beautiful. From here, we're going to come into Virabhadrasana 2, our Warrior 2 pose. So step the right foot to the back of the mat. I'll just face this way so that you can see me. So your right foot steps back. Take your hands to your hips. Your right toes are pointing towards the long edge of the mat. Your left toes are pointing towards the short edge of the mat. And we're bending into that left knee, making sure our knee is tracking over our big and second toe. Planting down into the heel of the front foot and the blade outer edge of the back foot, and then bringing your arms up to shoulder height and taking your gaze over the front middle finger. Can you reach your arms further away from each other and feel a sense of expansion across your chest, but absorbing the lower ribs so they don't flare out? Can you sink a little bit lower? Now let's connect our breath with movement once more. So inhale, straighten the front leg, reaching up. Exhale, bending into that front knee, warrior two. Inhale, reaching up, straightening up. Exhale, bending into that knee, warrior two. Inhale, reaching up, straightening up. Exhale, invitation now to stay in warrior two. Can you soften your gaze? Can you bring a little smile to your face? From here, straighten into the front leg. Turn your left toes to face the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, length through the spine. Exhale, we're folding between our legs. You can keep your hands on your hips. You can take your hands down to the mat. You can walk your hands through your legs if you have that mobility. Or you can pistol grip your big toes. Lots of options there, whatever feels good for you in this moment. Let your head be heavy. Then from there, take your hands to your hips, drawing the lower belly, activate through your back, and you're coming up with a beautiful sense of length through the spine. And then step your right foot to meet your left at the top of your mat, and then just do any movements that feel good to you. And we'll prepare for the other side. So we'll meet in Tadasana, palms facing forward, and this time we're going to step our left foot to the back of the mat. Your left toes are pointing towards the long edge of your mat, right toes towards the short edge of your mat. Take your hands to your hips, invite your chest towards the long edge of your mat, and then we'll bend into that front right knee, making sure that our knees are tracking over our toes. And then we'll bring our arms up to shoulder height and take our gaze over the front middle finger. Can you ground down into the heel of that front foot, the blade edge of the back foot? Reach your hands apart. Draw in your lower belly. Let's connect movement with breath. Inhale, straightening that front leg, reaching up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straightening up, reaching up. Exhale, warrior two, bending into that front knee, gaze over the front middle finger. Last time, inhale, reaching up, straightening up. Exhale, warrior two, invitation to stay here. Just for a few breaths, can you go a little bit deeper? Can you energetically draw the feet towards each other? See how that activates your inner thighs. Then when you're ready, straighten into that front leg. Take your hands to the hips, and on this side, we're going to work a bit deeper into our hips by coming into goddess pose. So you're going to take your feet and turn them out so you're kind of in what would be classified as second position in ballet. So your heels are just slightly wider than your hips. Inhaling your arms up. Exhale, we're coming down into a squat position. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bring the hands down by the side of your body. And that's our little flow. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bending the knees, coming down into our goddess pose. Inhale, straightening up. Exhale, bring the arms down. If you feel like you need to adjust your feet slightly, please do so. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, invitation to stay this time, bending the knees, making sure your knees are tracking again over your big and second toe. You can keep your arms up towards the sky, dial those pinky fingers in. You can take your hands to Anjali Mudra at heart center. You can take your hands to your hips. Or you could even cactus your arms if that feels good to you, for a little bit more activation through the back and shoulders. Just a few more breaths here. Can you keep your breath steady, gentle? Inhale here. Exhale fully. Inhale, reaching up, straightening up. Exhale, bring your hands down by your side. Beautiful. And then you can step that left foot in to meet the right. Coming back to the top of your mat. Do any movements that feel good for you. And then we'll come into our standing posture for our practice. So we're going to keep with the opening of our hips and do a variation of tree pose, but we're going to take our legs more into a figure four. So just prepare to stand on your left leg, and we're going to bring the right leg into this figure four shape where your right ankle is just above your left knee. And then from here, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra at heart center, and you might want to bend into that left knee slightly. And that might feel good enough for you. You're welcome to stay here. If you want a deeper opening through your hips, you can start to bend your knee more and start to fold forward over that right leg, really flexing through the right toes. This might feel good. Or you can slowly take your hands down to the mat and then gently start to straighten through that left knee. Then when you're ready, gently bend into that left knee, remembering that this is our balancing posture for the practice, just with a little bit of a edge to it, so we're continuing to open up through our hips. Taking your hands back to Anjali Mudra, slowly starting to straighten up, and then with the most gentleness, release that right leg back down to your mat. Beautiful. Take any movements you need to, and we'll move into the other side. So we're standing on our right leg this time and taking our left leg up into that figure four pose. Left ankle is just above the right knee. Take your hands to heart center, and this might be enough. If you'd like to go a bit deeper, bend into that right knee. Gently start to bring the right torso forward. You can stay here or continue to the full posture, taking your fingertips to the floor and slowly starting to straighten through the right knee. Take a few breaths here. And then we'll test our balance one more. Bend into that right knee. Take your hands to heart center and slowly start to straighten up. And then consciously, carefully taking that left leg back down to the mat. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to make our way down into the mat now. Any way that feels good for you. You might want to cross one leg behind the other. And we're going to come down into Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet are together, knees are wide. And then you might like to take your right hand to your lower belly, left hand to your heart space, and just reconnect with your breath. Feel the rise and the fall of your belly. And then, like with our standing balance, we're going to incorporate a bit of hip opening into our core work today. So, keeping your legs in this Supta Baddha Konasana position, take your fingertips to your temples. Inhale here, exhale, draw in the lower belly. Inhale here, exhale, draw in the belly and come up into a crunch position. Then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, we're crunching up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, coming up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, coming up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, coming up. This time, take your hands out in front of you. And we're going to pulse for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Lowering slowly back down. With the help of your hands, drawing your knees up and into your chest. And then rocking and rolling, coming up onto your seat bones. And we'll come into a butterfly position with our legs, soles of the feet together. And we're going to slow down a bit now and just delve a little bit more into a yin style practice where we hold the poses a little bit longer. And the intention of yin is to just allow your muscles to relax and melt. And it'll take you deeper into each of the stretches. So from here, grab around your toes, the soles of your feet. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and on your exhale, just fold forward. Your head comes down towards your feet. If it's in your practice, you can walk your hands forward out in front of you. And for some, this position is quite difficult. So even if you've just got your hands wrapped around your feet and you just take a gentle bow of the head, that might be enough for you. Adjust your feet if you need to, because we're going to hold this for about a minute. So you might want to take your feet a little bit further away from your seat bones. You might want to draw them in a bit. But we're going to hold this position for about a minute. Inhaling deeply and exhaling, just allowing your body to relax and melt into the earth. Inhaling. And on every exhale, just gently drawing your head closer to your feet, relaxing more into the pose. Three more full at your jaw. And then when you're ready, activate through the back, a long spine, and then slowly walk your hands back towards your hips. Take your hands behind your seat bones. Don't collapse through your back, and just gently release from that pose. And we're going to come next over into frog. So draw your knees up with the help of your hands very gently, because this posture is intense for a lot of bodies. And then facing the long edge of your mat, coming over into a kneeling pose, facing that long edge of your mat. Then take your hands out in front of you and then slowly allow your knees to come away from one another. Your feet are flexed and your knees are at a 90-degree angle, and your hips are somewhere in between your left and your right knee. This might be enough for you, or you can come down onto your forearms for frog pose and adjust where you need to. So you might want to take your knees a little bit further away from one another. I like to gently rock back and forth just to feel out where I am today. And then when you're ready, just allowing yourself to relax and feel that beautiful opening in the hips. And we'll be here for about a minute, so find the edge where you're comfortable to hold it, but you can feel the stretch. But you never want to come into any pain, so at any time you're welcome to come out of the pose and just come into your kneeling pose. Continue to draw in the lower belly so that you're not dumping down into your lower lumbar spine. And if you can, allow your head to be in line with your spine rather than dropping it down, just so it's a bit more activated through your back. And we're relaxing through our hips. And we're going to take 3 more big breaths here. Now there isn't really a graceful way to come out of this posture, so don't worry. I find just shifting forward and coming onto my belly is the best way. Then slowly bringing my knees together behind me, using my hands to push up again into your beautiful kneeling position. Give your shoulders a bit of a roll here. And then we'll just do a quick little neck stretch. So bring your fingertips down to the mat beside your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale to center, and then exhale, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale over to the right. Inhale to center, exhale over to the left. Come back to center. And then just to balance out the body, we'll do just a quick shoulder stretch. So inhale the arms up to shoulder height. And then we'll come into our Garudasana arms. So right arm underneath the left, and we're wrapping until either the backs of our hands The palms of our hands come together. Can you draw your elbows up slightly? Can you draw your palms away from your face? Just appreciate that stretch across the back of your shoulders. When you're ready, you can release out. This time, left arm comes underneath the right. Wrap, 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 wrap. Until your palms on the backs of your hands come together. Big, expansive breaths here. And then when you're ready, unraveling and bringing your hands back down by the sides of your hips. Okay, so from here, let's make our way back down onto our backs. And we'll come into our back bend. So we'll do bridge pose for our back bend today, but again, we're going to do it with a slight variation so that we're still working into our hips. So you're bent at the knees, soles of the feet on the mat, hip width distance apart. And then I want you to take again that figure 4 pose where the right ankle is going to come over and sit on top of the left thigh. Then from here, inhaling your arms up over your head. Exhale, bring your arms down beside your body, draw in the lower belly, then inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, arms down beside your body, draw in your lower belly, and lifting up, pressing down into that left foot, coming up into your bridge variation. And lowering down one last time. Inhale, arms up over your head. Exhale, bring them down by your body. Inhale, pressing through that left foot, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. Beautiful. Let's change to the other side. Inhaling your arms up over your head. Exhale, bringing your hands down by the side of your body. Inhale, pressing through the right foot this time, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, arms up over your head. Exhale, bringing your arms down beside your body. Drawing in that lower belly, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. And don't worry, with your legs in this figure 4 position, you won't be able to go as high as you normally would in a bridge. Inhaling your arms up over your head. Exhale, bringing them down by the side of your body, drawing in your lower belly, lifting up. You should feel that nice opening in your hip. Exhale, lowering down and still feeling that activation through the leg that's planted on the floor. Then bringing that left foot down to the mat. And from here, we're just going to take a gentle twist. So take your feet to mat width distance apart. You might want to take your arms to cactus or out long at shoulder height, and then just allow your knees to drop over to the left and your head goes to the right. And just a beautiful gentle twist before we take Shavasana. And when you're ready, coming up to center and dropping the knees over to the other side. Knees to the right, head to the left. Feels quite nice after all of the hip opening that we've done. Coming back to center. Take your legs out long. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a big hug. And let it go out long. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your left knee into your chest. Give it a big hug. let it be long, and we'll come into Shavasana. So do anything that you need to do so that you can be comfortable in your Shavasana. Do you need to put on an extra layer of clothing? Do you need to do an extra little movement? And then we'll come into our final resting pose. Let your feet fall away from the midline. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And this is the time for that complete surrender. Allow your body to be completely supported by our beautiful Mother Earth. Allow yourself to melt into your mat. Unclench your jaw. Complete surrender. If any thoughts come up, just acknowledge them and let them slip away. Just trust that you are completely supported by Mother Earth and that I will pull you out at the most perfect time. When you're ready, just bring your awareness back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You might want to rock your head gently from side to side. You might want to take a full body stretch, arms up over your head. And then when you're ready, draw your knees into your chest and roll over onto your right side. And just take a moment here. This is where we thank ourselves for taking the time in our day to practice. Time in our day for us, so that we can feel that peace that we can then share with others as we go about our day. And just know that this feeling and this vibration is available to you at any moment. All you have to do is come back to your breath. When you're ready, use your hands and make your way up into a comfortable seat. And then we're going to come into a few rounds of Nadi Shodhan, our pranayama component of our practice. So when you're ready, take your middle finger and your index finger to your third eye with your right hand. And you're going to use your ring finger and your thumb to block off the required nostrils for this practice. So when you're ready, use your thumb to gently block off your right nostril and inhale through your left. Use your ring finger to block the left, release and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Use your thumb to block it up, release and exhale through your left. Second round, inhale through your left. Block off with your ring finger, exhale and release through your right. Inhale through your right. Use your thumb to block off the right, release and exhale through your left. And take one more round with your own breath. When you're ready, release your hands down. Just take a few natural breaths. And gather your hands at your chest in Anjali Mudra, palms touching. And take your thumbs to your third eye and maybe have thoughts that are clear and thoughts that are kind. Take your thumbs to your lips. May our words be kind. And take your thumbs to your sternum. May we know peace and be able to share peace with others. And remember that yoga is not just about our practice on our mat. More importantly, what we take with us away from our mat. Take your thumbs to your third eye, and together we say, Namaste.